Just when you think you've seen it all, a video surfaces of squares, actually a giant square in the daytime sky. We're going to come back and look at that video footage here in just a moment. But first, starting off out here on the big island of Hawaii, Mount Kilauea showing signs of life. We've been talking about increased volcanic activity all around the world. This is a still image from a video at the summit of Mount Kilauea. Lava fountains going 300 feet high right up here at the summit of Mount Kilauea on the big island of Hawaii. We're still monitoring the Mediterranean Sea, the situation near Santorini Island where there's a possible underwater volcano rumbling, and then the volcano up in Alaska that's showing signs of life. And this is an update. As I'm doing this video, an earthquake has occurred over along the edge of this large volcano in Ethiopia, a 6.0 magnitude earthquake literally on the side of this volcano. We'll go there on Google Earth. The earthquake occurred right here. So yet another example. We were just talking about Mount Kilauea, the situation up in Alaska with the volcano currently in the middle of a swarm. There's a swarm over in the Mediterranean Sea, quite possibly associated with the volcano. Now this, a 6.0, very shallow 6.0, coming in at 6.2 miles deep. Yet another earthquake near another volcano, this time in Ethiopia, just occurring literally right now as I do this video. I want to share with you guys some bonus material. We're going to go to Google Earth, 3 different locations of mysterious underwater structure, maybe 2. You guys are going to see what look like sunken boats and some sort of a mysterious jet. This location was shared with me by Luz R. Bello. They were focusing on this structure right here. Most of this stuff I've always dismissed as underwater volcanoes. We have above water volcanoes and we have a lot of underwater volcanoes that are inactive. This one here definitely looks like a candidate for an underwater volcano. However, this really doesn't look natural, I agree. It looks like it has some components that may infer intelligent design. Notice the angles on the top of this thing. You see a 90-degree angle right there. Notice down here on the lower left-hand side, you see what look like vents or louvers. Right here, you see what looks like a tunnel entry on the front. I know you can't see it real well in this particular format. Right here, you can see it pretty decent. See it right there? Looks like the opening to a big tube, maybe? I don't know. This thing's bigger than you think. I measured it earlier. It's 6 miles long, 4 miles wide. So these features aren't necessarily small either. They're actually quite large, but they look interesting, you know? They don't necessarily look natural. And the location of this mysterious structure is right here off the west coast of Mexico at the 21 North, 108 West. Going up here to the northeastern United States near New Jersey, New York. First, we're going to look at this mysterious jet. See it right there? There's no airports close to this area right here. Obviously, there's a busy airport over in New York. But that looks very low. It doesn't necessarily look underwater. Just looks out of place, that's all. It looks very low to the surface of the water. Going up into the upper bay. Check this out. You guys are going to see what look like sunken boats. Again, these aren't anything nefarious. They're just interesting, that's all. Check it out. A collection of 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 boats right there, and 2 over here. Are those literally sunken boats that showed up on Google Earth? Very interesting finds, once again, in the northeastern United States and down off the west coast of Mexico. I want to take you guys now to a couple of locations that we're experiencing super fog. I mean, fog so dense you could barely see where you were going. Check this out. We're going to start off in Riverside, California from February 7th. You guys are going to see video footage from the 7th and 8th from both sides of the country. This first video is out of Riverside, California from February the 7th. The next video is from February the 8th. This is in a 24-hour period. You talk about thick fog. That's about as thick as it can get. This is in broad daylight. People are driving, obviously, with their headlights on for safety reasons. Wow, that is some very thick fog. Probably the thickest example of this mysterious fog that I think I've seen yet, and this is out of Riverside, California. Visibility is near zero right there. I mean, you can see safely maybe 10 feet in front of your car. Crazy example of super thick fog going from Riverside, California to Panama City Beach, Florida. Looks clear on the left, right? Beth, February 8th of 2025. Pans over to the right. Fog so thick that this is a hotel right here that's barely visible. At first, I thought that was some sort of a light anomaly over there. She said that was a hotel that you can barely see, and it's not even 100 yards away. Look at how thick that is. And then you can see it right here kind of lingering around, almost looking like smoke lingering in the air. More examples of this mysterious, this time very thick fog. Here's a photo out of Slidell, Louisiana, sent in by Ian from the night of February 8th. The fog lingered around all day long. This was as he was driving down the road. He snapped a photo, and you can see the visibility was down to probably less than 50 yards. Very thick fog there for a 24-hour period on February 7th and February the 8th. I want to take you guys now to Denham Springs, Louisiana. Check this out. I don't think this was supposed to have been seen, but it was spotted in the sky by Shantina. Check this out. Shantina Strout, January 21st of 2025 at 5:27 p.m. Do you see it yet? Denham Springs, Louisiana. This is when they got the snow in the deep south. See the snow on the rooftops here? This is at the 29-degree north latitude. This is the original video. I haven't done anything to it. Haven't even zoomed in yet. But we're getting ready to. We're going to zoom in and take a closer look at that right there. Notice the 90-degree angles. That's what she kept zooming in on right there. She couldn't help but notice the very obvious, huge square in the daytime sky. 100% of intelligent origin. Has to be. Nature doesn't work in 90-degree angles. You don't see any other 90-degree angles in the sky except right there. A perfect square tucked in behind the clouds. These are all modified versions. A still image of the video you just saw. Look at that. Clearly see a big dark square in the sky. What was it doing? Where did it come from? Why was it there? Here's a good view of it right there. Those were all modified still images from the original video by Shantina out of Denham Springs, Louisiana. And going from Denham Springs, Louisiana, down to Colombia in South America. Check this out. You guys are going to see yet another mysterious object in the daytime sky. Not quite as big, but it looks like a black square, black diamond. Look at that thing. Video by Tim. This is a modified version of the original video. Kind of darkened it up a little bit. I was looking for a string hanging off the bottom of this thing, and there wasn't one. Because that would have told us that this was a balloon. It's not a balloon. It's some sort of a rigid, solid black structure moving through the daytime sky. It's shaped like a diamond. How about that? Here's a couple of modified, heavily zoomed in examples. And this, too, looks like it's of 100% intelligent origin. What was it doing in the sky above South America, above Colombia? Incredible footage. Video number 3, going right out here to Arizona, Chandler, Arizona. Gentleman was driving down the road, Duckman Skywatcher, February 6th at 5:56 p.m. Look what he noticed over here in the sky. This isn't being pulled by an airplane. That's up there all by itself. Let me pause it real quick and go back. Right there. Another black diamond in the daytime sky. What is going on? Moving on to video number 4, going to Cocoa, Florida. Something unusual captured in the nighttime sky. This is really weird. Goes back to January 12th. Video taken by Rainstorm, once again from Cocoa, Florida, at 10 o'clock at night. Look at that. Got one there. Watch what happens here. This thing here is stationary, at least for the time being. Appears to have a black hole in the center. Obviously, it's multicolored. Pretty decent size. Probably somewhere between 6 and 10 feet in diameter. I zoomed in right here. You're going to see another one appear up here in the upper left-hand corner that they focus in on here temporarily. I'll zoom in on it too, and it looks like an exact replica of what we're looking at right here. Whatever this is that isn't making any sound, doesn't have any wings, doesn't have any tail fins, doesn't have any blinking lights other than the colorful lights that we see right here. Watch up here. You're going to see another one enter the field of view from the left. And this one, like I said, appears to be stationary. Here we go, coming in from the left, right up there. Now, as we zoom in, you'll be able to see it looks like an exact version of what we're looking at down below by the tree line. And those don't look like typical drones. Definitely not airplanes or helicopters. They're very silent, not making a sound. Look at that thing. So that's the one up above, and then there's one down below. There it is right there. Going back to the one down below, it's been stationary the entire time. It's going to take off and start moving to the right. Never seen anything quite like that. We see mysterious lights in the nighttime sky all the time. But nevertheless, they're mysterious and they look like they're moving under their own power, like these things here. I mean, that one's over here remaining stationary the entire length of the video. And this one's obviously moving through the sky. Seems to be moving under its own power. Video out of Cocoa, Florida. 2 mysterious objects captured in the nighttime sky. Going from Cocoa up to Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Video from February 5th of 2025. Video by Baron Coates. This video has narration. Here we go.
Look at this stuff in the sky. Look at this in the sky. Oh my God. Amanda, come look at this stuff in the sky real quick. Hurry up. Look at this. All 4 moving like that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. It's crazy.
Now, I wonder why the news is not covering this. You know, it's something in the sky, something always in the sky. All you got to do is look up. But so many people so busy looking down, walking down, looking on their phones, never paying attention to the sky, you know, missing things. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I always stay looking in the skies, man. I always even when I was like a kid, a little child, man, I'm looking at it. You know, I knew the difference from the big dipper and the little dipper. You know, I always was fascinated by, you know, what the creator created. You know, even before I even knew the character of the creator, you know. But look, man, it's a lot going on. And I gotta give a shout out to Mr. BB33, Mr. MBB33, because he stay on it. He lives here in Arizona as well. And you'd be surprised at the things you see here in Arizona, man. You know, all you gotta do is pay attention, but just check it out though.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's more coming. That's crazy.
They look big.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Bro, what is this, dude? This is insane. 2 nights in a row.
So according to Barron, they'd seen these 2 nights in a row, and they appeared to be moving under their own power. They were very quiet, not making any sound. They assumed they were some sort of drones. These were spotted in the sky above Massachusetts. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos, increase in volcanic activity and earthquake activity. There's a What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. We talked about the planetary positions here recently. The planets are all sharing the same side of the sun, as you can see over here at my sky map. Mercury, Earth, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus are all back here, right? Every time the stars get crowded like that, we see an increase in volcanic activity and earthquake activity. There's a volcano near Anchorage, Alaska, according to this article over here at the GazetteExtra.com. Goes on to say earthquakes are rumbling under Alaska volcano. Officials say is it about to erupt. A volcano near Alaska's most populous city is showing signs it could be headed towards an eruption. And that's because of the earthquake swarm that's currently underway right now as I do this video at Mount Spur, Alaska. Mount Spur is right here. This is where all the earthquake activity's at. And Anchorage, of course, is right over here, about 75 miles to the east. Article goes on to say Mount Spur, which sits about 75 miles west of Anchorage, has seen volcanic unrest for the last 10 months, including an increasing number of earthquakes, according to a February 6th statement from the Alaska Volcano Observatory. This article here is about 15 hours old. And checking in on the situation over in Greece, article over here at the independentco.uk goes on to say Earthquake Island, how 10,000 tremors in 2 weeks have left the Instagram favorite Santorini deserted. Usually teeming with tourists, many earthquakes have seen the Greek island of Santorini pretty much vacated as gray clouds descend upon the deserted tourist hotspot of Santorini. The strongest earthquake out of thousands in the past few nights struck the Greek island. They go on to say there's a secondary island now that's been evacuated. As you can see, the earthquake swarm over here at the USGS is expanding. It's getting bigger. So the situation over here in the Mediterranean Sea involving the island of Santorini and obviously an underwater volcano that appears to be waking back up, or quite possibly a new one. But anyway, Santorini is right here. It's been evacuated, and I believe this island right here has also been evacuated. So we're seeing an increase in earthquake activity. We're seeing an increase in volcanic activity. And with regard to the planets in the solar system, they're going to be this way for a few more weeks. So look for this activity to continue for at least that long, maybe longer. Also in this video, you guys are going to hear some strange sounds coming from the sky. You guys are going to see a weird sky. In fact, we're going to get right to that. A video that was shared with me of a highly unusual sky around 6:30 p.m. This video has narration. Here we go.
Hello everybody, it's Monday, February 10th, 2025. It's just after 6:30 p.m. and I came outside and I see this in the sky. This is in the western sky. It's like a streak that perhaps a comet or an asteroid would have left. But truly, in my entire life, I have never seen anything like this. I'll try to go up and over to show you how long it is. It stretches almost across the entire sky. There's the moon in the eastern sky. Look at this. Wow. What has caused this streak in the sky? It's beautiful, it's amazing, but it does pose some questions about what is going on in the sky and what has caused this, what is making this. I don't know if my camera is doing it justice. Have a good night, everybody. God bless.
Wasn't that wild? Video footage sent in by Jennifer of a huge streak spanning across pretty much the entire sky from horizon to horizon. We see this sometimes involving crepuscular rays, but it's normally during the daytime, not at night. This was a truly bizarre sky. Not sure of the location. I'm waiting to hear back from Jennifer on the exact location, but looking at the trees here in the foreground, it doesn't look like it was in the deep south where there's palm trees, so probably somewhere above the 40-degree north latitude, but either way, that was one bizarre sky. Speaking of bizarre skies, in this next segment, you guys are going to hear strange sounds coming from the sky. One of those locations is near the Mount Spur, Alaska volcano, and here's the video footage. The first video is from Anchorage, Alaska. Bizarre sounds coming from the sky. The video was taken outside on their back porch. Are you serious right now? Video by Cynthia out of Anchorage, Alaska. Cynthia lives in Anchorage, so if this were something that was common to the area, say large tanker ships or something out in the bay, she would hear it on a regular basis. Apparently, this is something new. This was heard on the night of February 2nd of 2025, and the earthquake swarm over at Mount Spur was well underway. The next video, I'm not sure of the location. It was sent in by Chris L. Traxilla, February of 2025. This video also has narration of strange sounds coming from the sky.
Man, I ain't the only one that's hearing this. What the f is that? There's no trains around here.
I'm telling you, when these planets get in certain planetary alignments like we're seeing right now, this isn't necessarily an alignment, it's an arrangement. Where the stars/planets are crowded like they are, activity on Earth seems to increase in a lot of ways. I don't know what we've got going on here, some very bizarre sounds. I have a few new flashing light phenomena videos to share with you guys from different locations. One location being France, one being Finland. The gentleman didn't think he would ever see the flashing lights up in Finland until he did. We're going to go to Portland and we're going to go to Idaho. This first segment has narration. Here we go.
Well, I don't believe this. I wasn't going to believe that this was going to happen in Finland. And here we go.
Finland, Kimmo, he couldn't believe it until he saw it with his own two eyes. The flashing light phenomena showed up over in Finland. Video number 2, going to France. This is my first video out of France. This video also has narration.
This is crazy. It's happening everywhere.
Video footage sent in by Jules from February 11th of 2025. The video from Finland was February the 12th. This phenomena isn't showing any signs of slowing down, much like the earthquake swarms. It seems like it's getting stronger. Going up to Portland, Oregon now. This video also has narration, more flashing lights.
Jason from Portland, Oregon. Here we go, Mr. BP 333. Here's some lights on the fritz going crazy.
That was Jason out of Portland, Oregon from just a few days ago. Going up to Hayden, Idaho. This video also has narration by Linda. Here we go.
Another flashing one. It's not a trick lamp, and I didn't set it up to do this, and I've never seen it do that. It's one of those touch ones. It's off. Well, it seems fine now. Oh, check out up here. Yeah, well, I'll show you the reflection. You can kind of see that it's doing something weird.